How nice it is to live in the year 2018. If I want to look up how to flip to do most anything, I flip and can. But way back in the early days of the internet, not all information was quite so well cataloged, kept, and reliable. Especially when it came to video games. Tips, tricks, codes, it was the Wild West for hot info, where anything could have been true or false. There really was no way to know, other than to follow an extensive guide and come out with absolutely nothing, thinking it was you who failed miserably and did everything wrong. Which, I remember fondly. And to help me talk about these warm, cold feelings today, could be quite possibly the baddest bitch I know. Ya girl, BratKat Variety.
Indeed, Sky. In the early days of the interwebs, there were very few resources for guides and walkthroughs and virtually zero trustworthy sources. We simply had to trust that what little information we could find was factual. This gave a huge opportunity to trolls and goofsters to put whatever foolish lies they wanted out for the public to digest, for better or worse.
So we combined forces to bring you these tasty tidbits of misinformation for your viewing pleasure.
And listening, Sky.
And listening pleasure too, I guess. So without further ado, this is...
Fun Misinformation!
I think the best first example for this topic would be the first bit of misinformation a lot of us have experienced. And that's in Pokemon. Especially in its early days when it first became a video game, in fact. You'd hear from friends or other kids at school how you could try a specific strategy to improve your chances on succeeding at catching a Pokemon. Holding A, holding B and down. Even just recently I heard of rocking the D-pad left and right to correspond with the way the Pokemon wiggled. Which is ridiculous, but why not? And did any of these weird strats ever help? Of course not. But would I, or even the vast majority of Pokemon players still try to do it today? Of course. It's not like it actually decreases the chance of catching the Pokemon. Right? Oh my god. Anyway, another fun bit of misinformation from another popular Nintendo game are secret unlocks in Super Smash Bros. Melee. You see only a handful of characters with obvious secret spots for unlockables. But as you play through the game, characters even fill in the completely empty spaces too. Even with a full complete roster, there's still 2 empty slots in the bottom left and the bottom right. So, what goes in them? You remember checking online that you needed to clear 100-man melee to gain Falco, beat level 1 of adventure mode with a number 2 in the time to get Luigi, and even play verse mode for 20 hours to get Mewtwo. So what other random inane task must you complete to gain access to the last 2 characters? Literally anything anyone said online, of course. I mean, they've been right so far. 1 stock very hard adventure mode? Defeat 10 enemies in cruel melee? Anything else? It didn't matter. All you knew is that if you did something right, you'd for certain unlock Big the Cat in the last spot for a perfect roster. Yeah, Big the Cat.
Anyway, one of the largest examples of misinformation that I can remember was the plethora of rumors surrounding Aerith's death in Final Fantasy VII and how you can bring her back to life. Because I was desperate to have one of my favorite party members back, I fell deep down the rabbit hole one evening. Some of the rumors were incredibly elaborate, from requiring you to grind until all your party members are at level 99 before the end of the game disc to farming for 100 tissues in the battle arena with Cloud, something that you can't even do because your inventory caps at 99. One of my favorites is the one started by someone named Ben Lansing. He claimed to work on the translation for Final Fantasy VII, boasting that he had insider information on the game. He claimed that there was always supposed to be a way to save Aerith, however, due to time constraints, the devs had to scrap the idea. He would later confess that this was nothing more than an elaborate lie he had told to stir things up on a forum. So as far as I know, there's absolutely no way to bring back Aerith after she's dead.
Wow, how sad! I guess we never really can have anything good, huh?
That's not necessarily true, Sky. Not all hope is lost. If it wasn't for fan rumors and misinformation, Mortal Kombat wouldn't have the characters Ermac, Scarlet, or Rain. All 3 characters were never intended to be in the games, but were instead conceived through fan rumors and theories. The devs later added them to the game because of the passionate fan base. So, if we push hard enough, Sky, they'll keep Aerith in the Final Fantasy VII remake, right?
Or Big the Cat. Either or is fine with me.
Why?
Because he's big.
And he's a cat.
And he's a cat. Anyway, what are some of your favorite bits of fun misinformation? Do you remember any elaborate goofs you've fallen for? Have you ever misinformed a friend or loved one on some cheeky false facts? Be sure to holler at your boy or girl and let us know in the comments below. Now for a little bit of fun information, miss. That's a good one. We continue this topic collaboratively over on BratKat's channel. There was a huge hoax that really did deserve its complete own video just to discuss it. Final Fantasy VII's cheese weapon and its various contributors to its false legitimacy.
Yeah, it's gonna be real exciting. Can't wait to see you all there. And thanks for having me, Sky.
You got it, Loris. Have a good night and see you soon.
It's BratKat.
Whatever.
Bye!